Hi, and welcome to Office Hours. I'm David Girvin, your lead technical advocate here at Sumo Logic. Customers and those interested in Sumo, welcome. If you haven't been here before, we just love to go over what we're doing this week. So let's jump into our agenda today. We have our upcoming events and trainings, some recent releases, recent content. We have the word of the day. Yes, we will be sued by Sesame Street, and demo and a Q&A. So let's jump right in. Okay, upcoming events. Let's see what we have. We have a brown bag. In this webinar, Paul Scheck, head of Threat Labs, and Chaz Clausen, our VP of Security, two heavy hitters. They're going to talk about Sumo Logic's Threat Lab team. Great people on that team. They're doing a lot of great work. It's really fun. And then why is it important for you guys that we have a Threat Labs team? So they'll do overview of the efforts of the Threat Lab team this year, what they're delivering, centric directions, and discuss some of the great things that Sumo Logic's doing, just to help you meet all your security objectives. So I highly recommend, if you're a customer, to jump in on that brown bag and meet some of our internal superheroes. So the next thing we actually have a session today. You missed one this morning. I mentioned it last week, but you're lucky because we have another one this afternoon. It's going to be best practices of query efficiency in the education session today. So 90-minute workshop. It's designed for Sumo Logic admins, power users, business pros, anybody, right? Get in there. Learn how to get your queries efficient. We want to take care of our customers. We don't need you guys burning up too much stuff. So jump in there because they're going to go over partitions, scheduled views, FERs, field extraction rules, writing and refining log search queries, basically trying to improve performance and reduce execution time. So that'll be a great one. It'll be hands-on lab, so there'll be exercises and all that kind of stuff. So jump on in there. It should be a good time for everyone. Some of our recent releases, the MSSP enabled auto parse mode in search. All this stuff's going to be in our release notes. So this applies equally to any larger organization. Auto parse mode is now enabled for MSSPs, automatically extracting JSON fields at search time. You get faster investigations. Analysts can immediately search and filter on fields without writing parsers, which is always a plus. Less operational overhead. No need to maintain ingest time parsing for changing schemas. It's going to be ideal for MSSP scale, so it'll adapt in diverse, evolving customer log formats and minimal setup. Always better the less you can do, or the less you have to do. The next thing is we have an upgrade for OTel, Open Telemetry Collector version management. It's going to be a simplified version management for OTel for the collector. It makes it easier to keep collectors up to date with the latest releases, improve visibility and maintenance on it. So we reduce the risk of outdated deployments and operational errors. And it's going to support consistent observability pipelines. So ensures your collectors are running the current builds with performance and all the stability and security enhancements that we've pushed through or that OTel has. So next slide. So our recent content. So Sumo's independent research report on security operations. And this is neat, the Security Operations Insight Report, AI, siloed tools, and team alignment. The reason that's kind of cool is, we even have third-party stuff doing research, so it's not just our snooping. So we have real data, not assumptions. Based on the data, people are thinking about AI more than they are able to use it, which is interesting. So everybody's trying to figure out how to use it. Not as many people are using it as they thought. So the interest base isn't completely translating into usage. I'm going to say it's because people are nervous about it. There's security issues, there's infrastructure issues, but you have to jump in there and read the report. The other thing that came out of it was siloed tools. Everyone thinks they're too siloed, and not just because of the amount of tools, which is interesting. You'd think it'd be tool sprawl, but the fact that tools don't talk to each other, and neither do teams, The more aligned teams, the better the result, but we know that doesn't happen as much as it should. Basically, it's everyone's fault, as usual. Teams silo, tools don't talk to each other. We need MCP for all the tools to talk to each other. We need MCP for all the teams to talk to each other. I think we need a team MCP. I don't know. I'm going to make it. We'll do it. We also had a podcast this week, Stop Being the No Department, How Modern GRC Enables Growth. On this episode, we talked with Cass Mooseberger, one of my favorite people here, and how her strategy on compliance is bridge building. She is a people champion. How much work and how they operate and focus in relationships. Then once you have a foundation, you can work with them much easier to get compliance initiatives and objectives going. We talked about how a certain amount of risk and it's I can't say that word, as long as you're focusing on the areas greatest need to your business, right? So it was a really fun podcast. Cass and I have both been in security a long time, and we're both people. So give it a watch. Word of the day. Please don't sue me. I thought it was funny, and I love Ice Cube. So let's go. Word of the day is not really a word because there's an ampersand in it for some strange reason that no one knows. Is the MITRE ATT&CK framework, which we love. It's primarily designed to help cybersecurity professionals understand, categorize, and respond to cyber threats and attacks. MITRE continually updates, expands the framework with all the new procedures and examples as it collects and analyzes data on real-world cyber threats. So the non-marketing speak of that is they look at bad things, they explain bad things. Instead of using all the vendors' terminology for stuff, they have a standardized language so security people understand what we're saying to each other, because it all gets mixed up in marketing, right? So it's a wonderful thing. It's integrated into Sumo, so we love it. The MITRE ATT&CK for Cloud Matrix is an extension on the original MITRE ATT&CK framework that focuses on just cloud environments. It's kind of like all MITRE ATT&CK, I don't know. But the MITRE ATT&CK matrix can be used for vulnerability management by identifying which tactics and techniques may be exploited in the vulnerability if it's not addressed. So more specifically, MITRE ATT&CK's Coverage Explorer by Sumo Logic, what we do with it, is a strategic cybersecurity tool that provides comprehensive view of adversarial TTPs covered by rules in our cloud SIM system. By mapping your detection capabilities to the matrix, you can identify areas of strength, uncover gaps, in your defenses, prioritize enhancements, explore best practices, all that kind of stuff. But why am I going to talk about it when I can show you about it? Because that's what Office Hours is about. The demos. Bing. Ha. Okay, let's see if I can figure out how to share my screen to the other tab. Give me 1 second. "10 years in tech, and I have done it." All right, so this is our MITRE ATT&CK coverage inside of Sumo Logic. You can see all the wonderful things here in our little heat map. Up here, we're under theoretical coverage right now. We also have recent activity and all community activity, which I will show you. But I think this is the prettiest one, so I want to talk about it first. So the theoretical coverage chart is really nice. Basically, if you have all the rules turned on in Sumo and you have all the good things coming in, this is all of the MITRE that we believe that we cover currently. Why isn't it 100%, David? Because no SIM has the ability to do, physical pen testing, which isn't covered by MITRE. So if you're bumming a cigarette off someone and social engineering them outside behind their business, there's no logs for that. But everything that we can do, we have in here. If we kind of jump over here and we load the recent activity, we can see here as we drop down, this is everything that's been happening for us in this environment, which is just a demo environment, but the last 6 months. So we can see all the MITRE TTPs. We can drop down, go through all that. We can actually do it by vendor product, which is pretty interesting. We can filter by our, abnormal.nets, all these cloud trails, all those wonderful rules. We have user rules. We also have our coverages. But if this is all interactive. So I know this is MITRE and it's supposed to be there to help you speak the certain way and go through the specific kill chains and all those kind of things. But for me, when I used to have a team, I loved MITRE because it teaches you what an attack is. And I think that this is a very underrated part of the tool. It's wonderful to see your heat map. You need to see where you're getting hit over the last 6 months so you can, actually put risk on people. Hey, firewall team, have you done a security check lately? Because we're seeing a lot of activity on you. Or hey, cloud counts. Um, but when you click on it, it explains everything. So maybe you have someone a little more junior on your team that doesn't do with cloud security and they're from more of an on-prem world or whatever. You can click through these things. There are going to be sub techniques in there. There's none in this one, but it's also going to show you all the rules attached to that technique and the ones that have actually fired. So you can dig in there and you can see how the rules fired because it's sumo. The rules are fun and they're easy and simple. So it's just a really good learning space. I think every security person always has a bit of that FOMO kind of, I didn't learn this and I didn't get to jump in that and imposter syndrome. And this is a good place when you have some holes and you're working in the sim every day. The last thing that we had there that I wanted to show was the all community activity. And this is kind of neat. We actually obfuscate all the data coming in. So obviously don't worry. No one's taking anything that you have, just what the actual MITRE tech signals are. And we can see across the community what kind of hits we're getting. So these are just maybe some good things to go in and look out and maybe explore your environment a little bit. If you haven't, look what you've been getting hit on. Maybe it's time to do some internal reviews on those kind of things. But that is our demo of the day. I hope everybody was just thrilled with it. I was, as usual. Let's see if I can switch back to my slides. We're going to go for it one more time. Wow, I did it again. I am a professional at this. I know the people that are recording this are laughing at me, but to me, that's a win. So Q&A. All right. So I have lost my speaker notes, of course. Let me see if there's any questions. Yes. Okay. How could MITRE help me with my threat hunting? Like I said before, it makes everyone speak the same language. Having the MITRE tagged on the insights in Sumo helps triage perspective, because you know what's kind of happening. And if you don't, like I said earlier, from a knowledge perspective, you can jump right into MITRE and I'll give you the explanation there. But I think it's important that we all use the same language, especially when it's 3 o'clock on a Friday night or 3 o'clock in the morning on a Friday night. And everybody's tired and you've been, trying to get something done. So I think it's important to standardize things. Let's see here. Another question. I don't want to answer yours. Sorry. Oh, this one. I'm looking to stand up a new compliance program. What would that podcast episode you mentioned? Yes, that is Cass Mooseburger. She's epic. And she actually talks about that in the podcast, not just like her techniques, but she does like a 30, 60, 90 day starting a new GRC program. I think she uses the word trust program. I don't know. I'm not hip with all the cool kids, but I try. Cool. That looks about it. All right. Well, it was another wonderful office hours. I hope you're not sick of me, but I look forward to seeing all of you next week. So thank you for being wonderful customers of Sumo.